Hello everybody, Gary McLeod back here. I hope you're all safe and well again. First aid topic we're going to cover is child and baby CPR. Okay, so obviously we went over the adult CPR in my last video, and we're moving on to obviously the paediatric side of things. Now, the acronym is exactly the same, the doctor ABC is exactly the same, so you're still checking for danger, you're still checking for response, still checking the airway, still checking for breathing, and you're still checking for circulation, even in the lower age categories. Okay, so you're still doing the same procedure, you're just doing a couple of wee changes. Alright, so when you're doing CPR in the baby and the junior, you need to think about age range that you're doing it in. Okay, so the Resuscitation Council UK defines paediatric first aid CPR for the following. Okay, so when we say a baby or an infant, we classify that in this age category as from birth up to 1 year of age. Okay, so this mannequin here is from birth up to 1 year of age. Okay, that's what we class as a baby or an infant. A junior or a child is from 1 year of age up to puberty. Now, people say to me all the time, well, puberty can start at different ages, 10, 11, 12. I've seen some 10, 11-year-olds with bigger frames than myself. And I know for a fact if I was maybe to do one-handed CPR, which I would do in a junior, I wouldn't get their heart. Okay, and that's the purpose of you doing the chest compressions, to try and get the heart beating and pushing blood around the body to keep them alive. Okay, so again, if you're at the top end of the scale where maybe you've got a 11 or 12-year-old and you think one hand isn't going to get that depth of the chest compressions, then you would adapt it to two-handed CPR. Okay, you would treat them as an adult because they've got a big frame. Okay, so for the purpose of CPR purposes, baby / infant is from birth up to 1 year of age. Junior / child is from 1 up to puberty. Okay, so what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to show you the difference in CPR in these two age categories. So I'm going to start off with the baby first, the juniors first. And what I want you to do is, when you're watching this video, think in your head to see if you can see any differences between the two, and I'll tell you if you're right or not. Okay, so it's a wee test for you as well. Okay, so the junior, I'm going to start off. So the first thing you're doing is checking for danger. Okay, so you're doing your doctor ABC. So checking for danger, no danger. Checking for response, kneel down beside them. Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me? No response. Check the mouth. Nothing in the mouth. Tilt the head back. Listen for breathing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Guys, he's not breathing, you're going to start off with 5 rescue breaths, guys. Can I get an ambulance in the defib? So somebody's about to get the ambulance in the defib. Pinch your nose, tilt the head back, and you're breathing 5 times into their mouth, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Centre of the chest with one hand, okay? Palm facing down, fingers up, and you're doing 30 chest compressions. Now again, this mannequin here's got a clicker, and basically you're trying to get a depth of 1/3 of their body. Okay, so it's quite deep. So listen out for the clicker and look how deep it is. Okay, so 30 chest compressions. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 30. Pinch your nose, tilt the head back, 2 breaths this time. 1, 2. Back in, 30 compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Pinch your nose, tilt the head back. 1, 2, last cycle, 30 compressions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Last 2 breaths. 1, 2. Now, when we say a cycle of CPR, guys, what we mean a cycle is 30 chest compressions to 2 breaths. Okay, And what they say is for a baby and a junior, you do 1 minute of CPR before you go and get help. If help isn't on its way or you're in the middle of nowhere, you're on your own, you do 1 minute of CPR, go and get help and come back. Okay, that's what they say. And that's equivalent to 3 cycles. So it's 30 chest compressions, 2 breaths is 1 cycle. 30 to 2 is 2 cycles. 30 to 2 is 3 cycles. So you're looking for 3 cycles in under a minute. Okay, so that's the CPR in a junior. Alright, now I'm going to move on to the baby and I want to see if you can pick up on any differences. Alright, so slight differences between the junior and the adult, which I did in my other video. Let's see if you can pick up on the baby. Okay, so I'm just going to So, 1, check for danger, is that listening again? Check for response, hello, can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello. No response. Check the mouth, nothing in the mouth. Listen for breathing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Kids, he's not breathing. Can you get me an ambulance please? My mouth to their mouth and nose because obviously you can't pinch your nose. Okay, so 5 breaths to start. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Centre of the chest, 30 compressions. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Now the baby doesn't have a clicker, but you still need to get 1/3 of their body, so it still needs to be really deep. Okay, 2 breaths. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28, 29, 30. 2 breaths. 1, 2. Last cycle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. 2 breaths. 1, 2. Okay, so again that's me delivered CPR on both a junior and a baby. Okay, I have stopped obviously because I can't go too long because obviously I've run out of video. 3 reasons you would stop doing CPR on any type of casualty, guys, would be 1, the casualty starts breathing on their own, and you will see them breathing on their own. You will see them start to come back and start to breathe on their own. Okay, you see the colour come back, you see the chest rounds, you will see if the casualty is breathing. 2, you become physically exhausted. Now I can't stress highly enough, guys, how hard this actually is, especially in your life. Alright, it is really hard. Your adrenaline's up here, and eventually after a period of time your adrenaline comes down and it does get tiring. Okay, so if you're physically exhausted and you can't do anymore, you need to stop. Alright, and the last one is we're qualified to temporise, i.e. paramedic or a fellow colleague or somebody that's trained in first aid. Okay, so that's the 3 reasons you would stop. Now, differences between the 2 age categories when I'm doing CPR. Okay, did anybody get any? Okay, so number 1 is the difference in response. Alright, so in an adult and a junior you can shake the shoulders, tap the shoulders asking can you hear me in both ears. In a baby you can't really do that because obviously you can't really shake a baby, you shouldn't be shaking a baby. Okay, so tick on underneath their feet. Okay, wee places that you think that a baby would react. Okay, if I tickled my wee boy's feet he would react. If I tickled him underneath his arm he would react, underneath his chin he'd maybe move. Okay, so remember his response can be anything at all. Alright, could be a movement, could be a moaning, a groan, could be an open their eye, squeezing your hand, anything at all. You're looking for any sort of response. Alright, so that's number 1. The second one is obviously you do not tilt the head back in the baby. Okay, you tilt the head back in the baby, you can end up having the opposite effect of opening up an airway, and you can end up closing the airway. Okay, so you don't tilt the head back in the baby. Alright, next one after that, did anybody get? Yeah, it was the breaths. Okay, so in a junior and an adult you pinch the nose, tilt the head back and you breathe into the body. Okay, in a baby you can't do that because of what I say is they've got a wee button nose. Okay, and you don't want to hurt the baby, so what you need to do is you need to perform a seal over your mouth and nose of the baby. That's your seal when you're breathing into the baby. Alright, next one after that is the breath itself, guys. Okay, so in a baby it's wee puffs. Junior, adults, think of the type of casualty you're doing it on, the lung capacity you're doing it on. Babies have only got small lung capacity, so it's wee puffs. Alright, so if you do too big a breath, you can end up having it shooting back at you and it's not having full effect. Alright, and then obviously the last one is the chest compressions themselves. Okay, so the boss casualties are still 1/3 of their body, but on a baby it's 2 fingers, on a junior it's 1 hand, adults 2-handed. Could you imagine if I did 1 hand on a baby? I'd end up doing some serious damage. So remember, the smaller the casualty you're doing it on, the more gentle you're doing it on. And again, it's 2 fingers at the centre of the chest. Okay, that's basically us, guys. That's child and baby CPR. Okay, I hope you have all enjoyed the video. Now stay safe and stay tuned in for more other videos and first aid. See you later on, guys. Thank you.